Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the English examination in China for Gaokao. The university entrance examination in China, as the Gaokao result can determine which university that the students is going to enter. The competition between students to get a good mark is quite intense. For the most of the students, they're facing a high pressure levels. And now, I am the examinee, and so are you all today. So you're doing the same quiz as a group. So even if it's your first time, no worries. And I will help you with the test. And let's decode the rules of the game and then break them. So now, is that okay for everyone to join this game? Good? Then let's get started. I loved reading since I was a little boy when I could hold a book. I read 128 novels. Yes, that I counted. But in high school, my greatest reading adventure has become these passages. Yes, the reading comprehension. It's mostly the same that I do in the English exams, and I do as practices every single day. So there we've got 4 tests in an exam, and together with 3 to 4 questions for each text, and 4 options are provided for you. The contents of the reading comprehension include psychology experiments on memory, scientific research on coral reefs, and AI ethics debates. And I divert them like mysteries. Sounds engaging? But here's the tragedy. The saying is that the more I loved reading, the more I failed the questions. Yeah, just like many of you guys here today. And I remember once that when I was reading a fascinating study on multilingual brains, I failed most of the questions. And that's a 5 points, which is critical in the real Gaokao, by the way. 5 points potentially means falling behind tens of thousands of Gaokao candidates. And that means that you're unable to enter your ideal university. So failing to answer the questions really hurt me. And so even my teacher commented, "You're reading like a poet, not a test taker." So this is our dilemma. Hart says, savor every word, ideas count. Well, the system said, underline keywords, outsmart the questions. So here comes the question. How to find a balance between the 2 worlds? Having experienced countless situations like this, here comes my strategy to find the balance between the 2 voices in my mind. The first voice, I am a reader. As the innovation is the voice of the time, interesting and up-to-date texts are common in the reading comprehension part. So my brain lights up with seeing the words like neuroplasticity or quantum entanglement. But unfortunately, exams punish curiosity. But that technology passage as an adult, it is the questions that wanted me to ignore the study's limitation part, which is the most fascinating part in my perspective. Students who engage critically with text score 12% lower on main ideas questions, as Huang Liyan's 2022 research proves. So we are penalized for sinking deeper. And so it is time to remind us, don't be overthinking. This is just a test. Now here comes another voice in my mind. I am an examinee. So to be a good test taker, that you have to know the system's secret. Well, to explain it to you, I'd like you guys to take a look at this question. So, show me your hand with number 1, 2, 3, or 4 refers to the option A, B, C, or D. Just take your time. I want to see your answers. Does anybody got an answer? And just show me your hand. What's the number? Okay, I see. Okay, I see that most of you guys are designed for the system. Well, still there are some students that choose the wrong answer. Now, what do you think of the answer? Yeah, I see that most of you choose D. Yes, the answer is correct. It's D. So to make the question, to make it right, you need to locate the keywords in the question. Why did John put the sludge into the tanks? So John added the sludge, just as you see in the middle of the text. So the question wanted our reasons. So the first paragraph is mainly about the process, so we just ignore it. And we pay attention to the words below it. He was amazed at the result. So think about, when will you get a result? It's when you test something. So you choose D. That's correct. Good job, everybody. Yeah, a survey of Gaokao question writers revealed we intentionally include 22% misleading details to test exam skills. So just as you see here, the first paragraph, it's not for reading. It is a trap. And loving the content becomes a liability. But according to the survey that I carried out among students in Jinling High School, over half don't know the logic behind it. And also, that there are 1/3 of the students saying that reading comprehension is annoying. But for me, I tried becoming a keyword counter. So I circle keywords like however, in fact, etc. And I circle numbers, and no more than 5 minutes, I completed the text. My score improved. But unfortunately, I I started to hate the very test that I loved. So it is the time to feed your soul with your passion. Oh, the two ideas seems contradictory. I just can't find the balance. How can we turn these contradictions into our action? So here comes my steps to do this. The step 1, develop your own mode. You refer to others' practices, you adjust them according to your own situation, and then create your own mode. For me, that I created my two-phase reading skills. First, you read like a human, you savor the interest hooks, and then you laugh at the quirky examples. Then you switch into the exam mode. You note the line references, you track the question's keywords, and then you play the elimination game. Step 2, you build the bridge. Find connections between the two opposite things in order to find what they are having in common. Just like when you're reading a text, just link it to the real world issues. And by the way, the reading comprehension teaches us a really important skill, which is skimming. This is important for our future studies. So with this open attitude, you will find that there are so many things in common between these two things. And now the annoying tests are no longer prisons. They are portals. Your score stabilized, and then your passion survived. Step 3, you mind the gaps. My secret to make it right all the time is that I make notes. I always do reflection. Things like read all the statements, all the answers comes for a reason. And things like be aware of comparisons and present perfect tense, because most of the cases, these are the wrong answers. But for the most crucial step I want to talk about today is step 4, the perseverance. You adjust your mode bit by bit because the time is changing and we are changing. And our mindset is changing all the time, that you have to adjust it and to make perfection. So for all the readers torn between love and marks, read voraciously and then play the game strategically. To admire the text and then dissect it ruthlessly. And feed your soul and then feed the scanner. Because someday, when you are beyond these holes, I have made a paper plan out of the test sheet. Yeah, the test sheet. Real reading starts now.